Have you ever heard a story so strange that after more than 60 years, nobody can say with complete certainty what really happened? Welcome to Stories Behind the Glass. In every video, I'll be creating one or more stained glass pieces inspired by today's true story. I won't reveal the finished pieces until the very end, so stick around to see how they turn out and let me know which one's your favorite. Today's stained glass project is inspired by one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries, the Dyatlov Pass incident. It was January 1959. Nine experienced hikers set out on what should have been an ordinary winter expedition through the Ural Mountains of what was then the Soviet Union. Their leader was a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov, and the goal was simple: complete the journey, and earn one of the highest hiking certifications available at the time. These weren't inexperienced adventurers. They had survived difficult winters expeditions before. They knew the mountains and they knew the cold, and they knew how to survive it. Before leaving, Igor told his family he would send them a telegram once the group returned. It would be the last time anyone has ever heard from them. When the hikers failed to return on schedule, family members weren't immediately alarmed. Delays weren't uncommon on difficult expeditions, but as the days passed, there was still no word. Eventually, rescue teams were sent into the mountains. After days of searching through deep snow, they finally found the hikers' campsite. At first glance, everything seemed almost normal. The tent was still standing on the side of the mountain. Most of the group's food was untouched. Their boots were still inside, warm jackets, extra clothing, etc. Even many of their personal belongings remained exactly where they had left them. Then the rescuers noticed something that changed everything. The tent hadn't been opened through the entrance, it had been cut open from the inside. Imagine that for a moment. You're inside your tent during a freezing night. Instead of unzipping the door, you sliced the side of your tent just to get out faster. What could possibly have made the experienced hikers do something like that? Outside the tent, investigators found footprints leading away into the darkness. Some people had been wearing only socks. Some appeared to be barefoot. Others had only a single shoe. The temperatures that night is believed to have been well below zero. Stepping outside dressed like that would have been incredibly dangerous. Whatever caused them to leave, they must have believed staying inside that tent was even worse. The footprints eventually led rescuers to a massive cedar tree nearly a mile away. Beneath it, they found the first two hikers. Nearby were the remains of a small campfire. Broken branches high above suggested someone had climbed the tree, possibly trying to look back towards the campsite. Maybe they were searching for danger, or maybe they were just trying to find their way back. No one knows. Over the following weeks and even months, as the snow slowly melted, the remaining hikers were discovered. Some appeared to have been attempting to return to the tent, and others had taken shelter in a nearby ravine. Several had shared clothing with one another, suggesting that those who survived longer tried desperately to keep their friends warm. Even in their final moments, they seemed to be helping each other. Naturally, investigators searched for an explanation. Had an avalanche forced them to flee? That remains one of the leading theories, although researchers continue to debate exactly how the events unfolded. Others suggested unusual wind conditions, which may have created terrifying sounds that caused panic in the darkness. Then there were reports of mysterious light seen in the sky around the same time. Those reports were fueled theories involving secret military testing. Over the years, though, the mystery only grew. People have blamed everything on classified experience, to cryptids, to aliens, but none of those ideas have ever been supported by convincing evidence. The truth is, no single explanation answers every question. And maybe that's why the story continues to fascinate people all these years later. It's not just because it's mysterious, it's because these weren't reckless thrill seekers. They were intelligent, experienced, and prepared. 9 friends who set out on an adventure they had trained for. 9 people who expected to return home with incredible memories. Instead, their expedition became one of the greatest mysteries. Even today, scientists, historians, hikers, and amateur investigators continue studying weather reports, maps, and journals, and even expedition notes, hoping to uncover a missing piece of the puzzle. And maybe one day someone will. If you enjoyed today's story, I'd love to know what you think happened that night. Do you believe it was a simple, tragic combination of weather and bad survival decisions? Or do you think there was still pieces of this mystery that haven't been uncovered? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if there's another fascinating true story you'd like me to bring to life through stained glass, let me know. Thank you for watching Stories Behind the Glass, where every piece has a story, and every story comes to life through stained glass. I'll see you in the next one.